It's not just Dr. Khumalo that's trending. I'll tell you what else has been doing the rounds over the weekend is the fact that Moroka Swallows, yes, Moroka Swallows want their top flight status back. Remember, as far back as May 2024, Swallows agreeing a deal with Marumo Gallants to sell their status, as it were, for around 40 million rands. Now, the latest is that Marumo Gallants still owe Swallows 13 million rands, and therefore they've gone to the High Court to demand that the High Court enforces a termination of the sale agreement. And we'll watch a close eye. If you want more context on this story, go to sabcsport.com, where we dissected this story in full, even on the radio station with Snawa as well. I'm going to move on now to the next story, which relates to Kaizer Chiefs skipper, that's Brendan Peterson. We were the first here to report that Brendan Peterson had been given an extension, or rather his option triggered to 2027 by the club. We can now reveal that Brendan Peterson is now in official talks with Kaizer Chiefs to extend a new contract altogether, new terms, and they are still in discussions at the moment. We'll keep a close watch on that. And I want to go to the legend just to hear what Dr. Khumalo thinks of this. He's got the armband, he's the skipper now, and possibly even beyond 2027, Brendan Peterson could be at Naturena.
I think that's a good thing, Mazola, excuse me, for him to get a new contract, because he's been outstanding. He's been doing very well, irrespective of the results that happened in Cairo. But overall, I mean, he went a couple of games without conceding. And probably that's the reason why we see Kaizer Chiefs third or fourth spot, if I'm not mistaken, in the log. Because I thought Brendan did very, very well. So actually, he did very well so far, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you who else is doing very well and is catching their attention on the continent and even around the world. That's youngster international Langelihle Pili out at Stellies. Al Ittihad, the club that Thembinkosi Lodge has just joined from Wydad Athletic Club for big money. They were teasing Stellies with a lucrative offer, but seemingly ran out of time to try and tie down a deal. It would have been interesting to see if Stellies would have been tempted to sell. But we'll come back to the Betway Premiership now and focus on a big fixture, top of the table clash between Mamelodi Sundowns champions and log leaders Orlando Pirates. We asked Miguel Cardoso where his mindset is at after the CAF Champions League victory over MC Alger.
Do you really, guys, believe that I'm worried about the Champions League matches ahead? Believe me, put yourself in my share here. And believe me, I'm much more worried about the Pirates match on the half of the week, the Cup match on the weekend, the one after. Maximum focus on Wednesday. A very important match, a very beautiful match to prepare, fantastic match to live, and for sure a fantastic show in terms of what is football for South Africa. That's what we are going to worry about.
Yeah, another player that's hoping to impress in that particular fixture will be newest signing at Orlando Pirates, Andre de Jong. He spoke to my colleague Velile Mnyandu earlier today, saying joining the mighty Buccaneers probably paves the way for him to be at the World Cup with his native New Zealand.
Yeah, I think it's massive. I think this was one of the reasons why the move was so big for me close to the World Cup. Obviously, coming up to World Cup selection, they always have a couple of games in March back home, so would really be keen to be involved in that. And then I think anyone in the PSL is pushing, obviously, Bafana at the World Cup as well, so I think it's lifting the standard of the competition. As well as Pirates, you've got 9 players who are called up for AFCON, and a lot of other people have aspirations to make the World Cup for Bafana. So I think, yeah, there's tons of competition, and hopefully can grab that opportunity for the All.
The Husk, do you think he's got a chance? The New Zealanders face Belgium, Egypt and Iran at the World Cup, and he says back at home in New Zealand, they realize now that Orlando Pirates is a big team, so they are looking at him.
Well, he certainly is playing for a bigger team. I can tell you, for a man whose international career started in 2018, he's only had 11 appearances. In those 11 appearances, 2 goals, 3 assists. So for him, it matters. He wants to get into the national team, and he's been in a hiatus of sorts, because he was last called up in 2022 before last year. 2022 to 2025 was 3 years where he didn't get called up at all. Last year in October, he played 18 minutes against Poland. So he's making his way back into the national team, and moving to a big club like Orlando Pirates certainly bolsters his chances. And it's a big year for footballers. Everyone wants to be in the USA, Mexico, and Canada come June, July.
Yeah, perfect timing. Ma'a, it's up to you now.